15 kilometers from Nepal's bustling capital Kathmandu, in the quiet lanes of Timi, Bhaktapur, a family mourns a loss that weighs heavy on their hearts and on their community. In the Gen Z protests that shook Nepal and toppled the government, at least 70 people have lost their lives. One such family is that of the Rais, where a father's untimely death has left two young children orphaned. The two young boys, Renchin and Jimmy Rai, both aged 5 and 12, had lost their mother nearly 2 years ago. Now their father is gone too. A lamp is lit in the small corner of the room, and they only know that their father was shot and has not come home. For 2 days they have waited, and they have still not seen his body.
I, along with my colleague Manisha, have come here today in Bhaktapur, in an area in Kathmandu, where a family is grieving with the loss of not just one, but two of their family members. Both were part of the protests, the violent protests that shook the government, toppled the government, and took place on the 8th and 9th of September in Kathmandu. And we have come here to talk to the victims about how they became part of the protests and what they are thinking of going ahead. Family members of the protesters said the bodies have not yet been handed over to them. No one from the government or any of these volunteering groups have come to talk to them, and they expect the government to declare their family members who passed away in the protest, who were shot by the police, they were shot by bullet guns.
Sergeant Rai was Bharat's uncle. According to Bharat, what began as peaceful protests demanding change soon spiraled into violence. Security forces fired tear gas and live rounds. Some protesters responded with stones and burning tires. Amid all of this, for Bharat, the pain is deeper. Alongside Sarjan, Bharat also lost his brother-in-law, 22-year-old college student Praveen Kulung. Several of his friends were injured.
The 42-year-old was the father of the child, and he was a laborer. He was a labor worker. He went on the second day, 9th September. He went because there was a lot of people who were shot on the 8th of September. That were, I think, 19th, 19 protesters were shot, and therefore he thought that it is not only about Gen Z now, it is about the entire Nepali community to come together. And that is the reason he went. But his brother in law was a student, who was studying, 22-year-old, and he was contacted by the Gen Z community and he went to the protest.
Okay. So now, what do they expect from the government? What kind of help or financial support are they expecting? Do they expect them to be called martyrs? Do they think that the compensation that is being given to them is enough? It will help them, or that two members of the family put down their lives for the protests in the country? How do they think what should happen next? Do you think someone should actually ask their opinion? They should. Do they expect someone to come forward and provide them some kind of an help?
त्यो जस्तै अब यो बितेको दुईजना हुनुहुन्छ नि हजुरको फ्यामिलीबाट उहाँहरूलाई चाहिँ अब हजुरले कस्तो अब के आशा गर्नुभएको छ जस्तै उहाँले अब शहीदहरूको रूपमा लिनुपर्छ कि गभर्मेन्टले यो सरकारले अब यो सबै कानुनी रूपमा पनि के गर्नुपर्छ कि यो बच्चाहरूलाई अब छात्रवृत्ति हुन्छ कि यो आर्थिक रूपमा पनि अब सहयोग पुर्याउन सरकारले के गर्नुपर्छ हो जस्तै लाग्छ हजुरलाई?
अब यसो छ, अब हाम्रो कुरो के हो भन्दाखेरि तपाईँको यो अब जो राज्यबाट मारिए अब यो त्यसै मारिएका होइनन् होइन, एउटा परिवर्तनका लागि होइन, एउटा चाहिँ अब भ्रष्टाचारले लिप्त राज्य सत्तालाई चाहिँ यसलाई चाहिँ ढाल्नुपर्छ होइन, र यस्तो अब यहाँ सुशासन ल्याउनुपर्छ, भ्रष्टाचार मुक्त समाज बनाउनुपर्छ भन्ने एउटा एजेन्डा लिएर भएको आन्दोलनमा जो मारियो नि, अब उनीहरूको अब हाम्रो चाहिँ कुरा के छ भन्दाखेरि जो मारियो उनीहरूको चाहिँ जति मारेका मान्छेलाई चाहिँ राज्य सत्ताबाट उचित व्यवस्थापन होइन, उसका छोराछोरी छ भने अब चाहिँ उसको चाहिँ अब जीवनभर एउटा अब पालन पोषणको हाम्रो एउटा माग पनि हामीले गरेका छौँ होइन, चाहिँ अब शहीद घोषणा हुनु पर्यो, राजकीय सम्मान स्वरूप होइन, तपाईँको चाहिँ अब चाहिँ सम्मान दिएर उसको अब बडी अन्त्येष्टि गरिदिनु पऱ्यो होइन र चाहिँ सबै शहीद परिवारलाई अब तपाईँको जो चाहिँ अब सक्नेको त भइहाल्छ अब यस्तो अब जस्तो अब बाउ आमै नहुनेको लागि चाहिँ अब चाहिँ तपाईँको चाहिँ अब के भने अब राज्यले होइन उचित व्यवस्थापन गरेर लानु पर्यो शिक्षा दीक्षादेखि हरेक कुरा
Also, can you ask him, has anyone from the current government or the student organization or the protesters reached out to them, to their family, up till now?
यो अहिलेको यो अन्तरिम सरकारहरू वा अब यो त्यो जेनजीको यो समूह थियो नि युवा ग्रुप अब यस्तै प्रोटेस्टमा भाग लिएको यो एउटा कम्युनिटी छ यो त्यस्तोबाट हजुरहरूलाई कसैले यो कुराकानी गरेर अब यसरी के गर्ने बच्चाहरूको लागि भनेर कोही 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 आएको छ
छैन छैन जो जेएनजीका कोही आधिकारिक मान्छे हामीसँग आएको छैन बरु हामीले उल्टो खोज्दैछौँ है हामीले उल्टो कहाँ छ सम्पर्क अब को मेन लिडर को हो होइन झुन्डै झुन्ड छ मेन लिडर को हो त होइन जो उनीहरूले मान्छेलाई त एउटा एजेन्डा सही हो होइन एजेन्डा सही हो तर त्यो एजेन्डालाई मानेर आन्दोलनमा उत्रेका मान्छेहरू अब अहिलेसम्म कुनै तथ्याङ्क छैन अब चाहिँ अब कतिजना मरे कतिजना घाइते भए भनेर उनीहरूले कुनै चासो पनि लिएको छैन होइन अब राज्यबाट पनि त्यो कुरा देखिएन अहिले होइन त्यो पनि देखिएको छैन त्यसले गर्दाखेरि अब चाँडोभन्दा चाँडो अब जिएनजीका जोसुकै अब जो प्रतिनिधिहरू छन् होइन शहीद परिवार र घाइते परिवारसँग होइन सम्पर्कमा आएर होइन हाम्रो उचित व्यवस्थापनको लागि अगाडि पहल कदमी गरिदियोस् भन्ने हाम्रो चाहना हो
So, none of the communities, not the Gen Zs, not the internal government, none of them have reached out to the family. And what they wish is all these communities, at least a leader who took upon the responsibility of the protest, should come to them and, like, at least provide some condolences to them, provide them ways so that they can fund the children's basic needs, education, health, and what they expect is the what they expect is the community of Gen Z community, the interim government should also be responsible for, like, re-establishing this family.
The government has asked the family to collect Sergeant's body. But how do you bring home a body no one wants to talk about? How do you explain death to young children waiting for their father?
अब उसो छ अब बच्चा अब यिनीहरूलाई भनेको अब अहिले अब बाबा मरेको भन्ने एउटा ऊ छ होइन तर उनीहरूले अब पुलिसले मारेको अरे भन्ने अब लास त देखाएको छैन प्रत्यक्ष बढी देखाएको छैन होइन अब उनीहरूलाई अब खोइ अब तपाईँको चाहिँ अब बाबा पुलिसले मारेको छ अरे भनेर अब केटा र अब यहाँ भाइहरू दियोबत्ती बाल्दै बसिया छन् अब उनीहरूलाई त्यो के हो खास कुरा उनीहरूलाई थाहा पनि छैन पनि होइन नत्र भने तपाईँको 12 वर्ष भएको केटोले त कमसेकम अलिकति ऊ त अनुभव त गर्न सक्थ्यो होइन अब त्यो पनि उसले गरिरहेको छैन अब हामीले गर्ने भनेको कि अब अहिले भनेको अब अहिले हाम्रो जो चाहिँ यो शहीद परिवार जो छ नि आन्दोलन भएका शहीदबाट चाहिँ अघि तपाईँको चाहिँ एउटा बाटा टोली गठन गरेर हामीले अहिले नेपाल सरकारसँग वार्ता चल्दैछ अब चाहिँ अब हाम्रो माग अब त्यहाँ हामीले उजागर गरेका छौँ होइन माग उजागर गरेका छौँ अब त्यहाँको वार्ताले के गर्छ होइन अब हामीले त के भन्छ भने सम्पूर्ण अब शहीद परिवारको सन्तानलाई त राज्यले व्यवस्थापन गर्नुपर्छ होइन अनि उचित भरण पोषण गर्नुपर्छ होइन तपाईँको चाहिँ अब चाहिँ 18 वर्षसम्म चाहिँ राज्यले पाल्नुपर्छ भन्ने एउटा हामीले एउटा माग पनि छ त्यहाँ होइन अब हेरौँ के हुन्छ होइन उताको अब रिपोर्ट के आउँछ त्यसपछि चाहिँ अब हुन्छ होइन
बाबुलाई थाहा भइसक्यो त्यो
बाबा बितेको त थाहा छ पुलिसले बन्दुकले हानेर मारेको भनेर थाहा छ होइन तर लास देख्नु पाएको छैन होइन त्यसो लास देख्नु पाएको छैन
So the real case right now, the real case scenario is the two children they've already known that their parents are no more, and they know that the police had shot them, but yet till today, I think it's around like 2 days already, but still they've not been able to see their father's dead body. Their guardians are now asking the government to plead, and they've prepared a community, or let's just say a circle through which they are going to ask the government to provide all the necessary services to the children and to the families of such protesters who've lost their lives. And due to this, the families are just in the hope that that the government is going to um, provide funds and secure the family's economic status.
Despite public promises of compensation and honor, Bharat's uncle's name is missing from the official list of martyrs. Now, Bharat lives a life paused, his dreams put on hold to care for his nephews, the only family he has left.
ठिकै छ अब हामीलाई सरकारसँग कुनै सरकार भएन जो आन्दोलनमा मारिएका छन् होइन र पीडा भन्ने कुरा त जो आफ्नो मान्छे मरिसकेपछि त्यत्तिकै मात्रै पीडा त मान्छेले भइहाल्छ होइन अब पीडा पोखेर हिँड्ने कुरो नि भएन तर भइसकेको कुराले अब राज्य सत्ताले चाहिँ अब होइन अघि नि मैले भने अब व्यवस्थापन गरिनुपर्छ होइन जो जति शहीद भएका छन् उनका सबै परिवारलाई होइन अब व्यवस्थापन गर्नुपर्छ भन्ने एउटा हाम्रो चाहिँ माग हो मेरो व्यक्तिगत रूपमा होइन अब गरिएन भने त अब पछि अब केही न केही त हुन्छ होइन अब तपाईँ एउटा परिवर्तनको लागि चाहिँ अब जो आन्दोलन भयो अब त्यो आन्दोलनमा चाहिँ अब तपाईँको चाहिँ अब घाइतेहरू पनि निकै छन् त होइन अब उनीहरूले पनि अब चाहिँ तपाईँको चाहिँ अब अहिले कुनै निकायको आँखा त गएको छैन होइन तपाईँको एउटा हस्पिटलले चाहिँ अब आन्दोलन हो तपाईँको चाहिँ एउटा आन्दोलनमा हो भनेर चाहिँ उनीहरूले पनि त्यत्तिकै तपाईँहरूले राखिराखेको कुरा हो होइन अब प्रहरीले अहिले हामीलाई तपाईँको चाहिँ के भन्दाखेरि बढी दिएको छैन होइन बढी दिइसकेको छैन दुःख त लाग्छ नि किन लाग्दैन र होइन आफ्नो मान्छे हो होइन दुःख त लाग्छ।
There are a lot of grievances that come together with the demise of two family members of a family, but they do not want to continue these grievances to carry along all the way. What they want is the government to provide each and every facilities that the the two innocent children require. They want all the protesters that were hurt during these protests to be re-established. They should be um, dealt with in such a way that they do not have to regret what they've done. And yeah, there are a lot of sad feelings from this family, um, yet they're positive about the future.
The pain is deep, but the hope remains that someone, anyone, will step forward, take responsibility, and help rebuild the lives shattered by this tragedy.
म इन्टरभ्यूको लागि आएको खासमा होइन अब यो घटना भइदियो अब भइसक्यो अब यो घटना भइसके पछाडि अब तपाईँको चाहिँ अब यो अवस्थामा छोडेर जानु पनि भएन अब यिनीहरूको कोही रिलेटिभ मान्छे कोही छैन आफन्त अब नभएकोले गर्दा होइन अब यहाँ बस्न बाध्य भयो होइन त्यही हो तपाईँको चाहिँ अब किन जानु त अब होइन मान्छे अब राज्यले अब मान्छे मारेको छैन होइन अब चाहिँ अब एउटा जाने उ त भएन होइन तपाईँ होइन कमसेकम एउटा राष्ट्रमा होइन हामीले एउटा चाहिँ अब सम्मानजनक ढङ्गले बाँच्ने पाउनुपर्छ भनेर आवाज उठाउँदा मान्छे मारिन्छ भने होइन होइन अब तपाईँको अब पनि तपाईँको व्यवस्था गऱ्यो भने अब यसले अर्को उग्र रूप लिन्छ अब हामी त जति शहीद परिवार छौँ होइन हामी छ नि अधिकार होइन अधिकार माग्ने उ त जसके सरी तपाईँको अधिकार अब प्राप्त भएन नि त होइन अब माग्ने तरिका त हामीले पनि जानेका छौँ होइन तर त्यो होइन कि सरकारले सहज ढङ्गले हाम्रो समस्या हल गरिदियोस् भन्ने मेरो जोरदार माग हो होइन जो जति मरेका छन् होइन उनीहरूलाई मैले अघि पनि भने होइन उचित शिक्षा दीक्षा स्वास्थ्य होइन भरण पोषणको ग्यारेन्टी गरिदिनुपर्छ राज्यले साथ विशेष त शहीद घोषणा गर्नु पऱ्यो हाम्रो है।
He wants them to be declared martyrs.
Yeah. So he was planning to go to Saudi. He had already given his interview, but given the condition, now he'll be staying back in this country to take care of these two children. And He's also requested the government to look after it. There is a group of people that are asking for necessary, like they're asking for justice for these families. And what he believes is that if, even if um, the government doesn't provide services now, the protest that was held today will take a, will take a greater shape in the future. And he believes that the government should be responsible for these families. They should provide a lifetime services to them. Uh, Minimum, I mean, the government should at least provide the basic services the children require till they're 18.
This is Devdatta reporting from Kathmandu along with my colleague Manisha Mandal.